Are you living this? Oh my God, you're so. I was like, okay, you can put it out. I'm not too good.
I'm missing the show though.
Check out the cool video. Woo!
Now I am here with Joy Fella. Joy, thank you for coming to the studio and sharing your story. We are going to talk to you about that video that we saw in just a moment. But let's start. You posted a photo on Twitter that you say was taken just moments before the alleged incident with Corey Lewandowski. Can you tell us what happened?
Yes. So, you know, I was at a party. It was a private party, and it was at the Trump Hotel. And I had met Corey Lewandowski for the first time. Someone introduced me to him, a good friend who is a witness to the incident. And we were sort of ushered into a photo together, and he was very drunk. And after the photo that I posted, he smacked my behind really hard. And I told him, no, stop, that's not okay. And I said, I could report you for sexual harassment. And I'm looking at him thinking, he must realize this is inappropriate. Like, there's witnesses, this is a public space, it's a very safe place. No, because he said, go ahead, I work in the private sector. And he continued, he actually did it again even harder.
So he did it twice, so you never got an apology, you did confront him. But this happened right around Thanksgiving. Why did you wait till now to come forward?
It's a good question. For many of the reasons most women don't come forward. You know, we're scared. I was scared. I thought, I don't want to cause any ruckus. I don't want to create any bad press based around the president. I mean, this has nothing to do with him, but I'm an avid supporter. Corey's an avid supporter. We play on the same team. And also, I'm gearing up for a potential congressional run.
Right.
And in politics, as a woman, it's already a hard atmosphere. And he has a lot more power than me.
And you don't want to create a war within the Republican Party, but you met with detectives. You filed what you thought were going to be a sexual harassment complaint, but they told you, the detective said that this was actually sexual assault. Did that surprise you?
It did. It actually really did, because I thought it was sexual harassment. And when I described the incident to the detective, she said, this qualifies as sexual assault, and no one deserves to be touched when they say no and the person keeps touching them. So that's where the assault comes in. And I was very much surprised. I mean, I've tried not to make it a big deal, and really just to say, this is what I want to do. I want to report this, and I want to move on with my life.
Okay, Corey Lewandowski told Fox Business, quote, there is a due process and that he also wants to let the process play forward. So you said you haven't heard from him. What do you want to happen, and are you willing to press charges even if that means he faces a criminal investigation?
I would rather not go there. I really want an apology. I really want...
You'd be okay with just an apology?
It's a hard situation because this is a crime that was committed against me. And when I talked to the detectives yesterday, it was a 3-hour, process. It's a very grueling process. You tell your story over and over again. They answer questions. They ask questions, and they had to remind me I'm not on trial.
Right.
Because you feel like this. It's such a big deal for a woman to come forward and talk about it.
Right.
But for me, really, what I want this to be resolved in a manner that all of us can come out feeling good about it. I don't want to keep dragging his name through the mud and keep the press going on it.
Okay, I want to talk about that video that we showed in the piece, because there's a video going around right now that shows you playfully slapping another man's behind.
I said the whole thing. She goes, what do you mean it's awesome? He's got a small penis. That's what I said.
Shameless, are you filming this?
Yeah.
Shameless Republicans in the House and in the Senate. That's what we need. Yes. Not rhinos. Shameless Republicans.
Yes. Yes. No PC here.
We're not afraid to say grab my.
I'm not afraid to say anything. No, nada.
Are you living this? Oh my God, you're so. I was like, I don't care. You can put it out. I'm not too good.
I'm missing the show though. You do that, he'll fall in love for sure. You know that? Take it easy.
His name is George Harris. He says that it was not consensual. In the video, you can hear him say, take it easy, behave. So how is what Corey did to you any different than what you did to George?
Well, for one thing, he didn't say stop or no. And when he said take it easy, and I was being stupid, it was at a party in Las Vegas, and I did stop. And if I offended George, you know, I totally apologize, and I made it clear. I've reached out to his best friend. I talked it over. I said, listen, if this offended you, I'm sorry. I own up to it. That's wrong. And that's really what we have to do to make sure we have a safe environment. We have to say, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And if he had said no, I definitely wouldn't have gone and done it again.
Right.
And when he said, take it easy, I stopped. And it was a joke. It was funny. And if he has offense, then it's up to me to say I'm sorry.
Okay, so you're willing to apologize.
Absolutely.
And I've
yeah.
got to ask, you said that you're an ardent supporter of the president.
Yes.
You want people to believe your story.